Tips. Welcome back to Port City,
Thank
Nina.
you for having me.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
We're so glad to have you back. Now, closer to the new year, people talking about not just New Year's parties and festivities, people making New Year's resolutions. This is what I want to do in the year 2012. I want to change this, change that, and the other. First off, how do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
Well, you know, I like New Year's resolutions because New Year's resolutions should actually be something that's done throughout the entire year.
Okay, so
it's not
not just like...
Yeah, you just don't jump up and do it because the new year is coming in, but what are you really willing to commit throughout the entire year?
Okay.
Some people tend to be kind of hard on themselves. Oh, I want to lose 50 pounds. You know, that's the number one leading resolution, right?
I know. I want to use.
I'm going to join the gym. I'm going to do this. Well, you know, not to be so hard on yourself, but to take that New Year's resolution in bits and pieces throughout the year, so that you're not overwhelmed when you don't really meet that deadline that you'd like to meet.
I know, because it can be so discouraging. For example, if I say I want to join the gym, I want to start a workout regimen, and you know, starting January 2nd, I do it, and then by January 5th, I'm like, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I always tell my clients is that, you know, partner up.
Yeah.
Get another friend so that you can hold each other accountable for your New Year's resolutions.
Okay. So see, we just started, and you've given us already one good tip. Do New Year's resolutions are good, but they're things that you should tackle throughout the course of the year.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, we talked about losing weight and joining a gym. Everybody's talking about fitness. What is another tip that you would give for someone starting out 2012? Something that they can do to, again, bring that beauty from the outside, from the inside out.
The first thing I would say is really think about those things that you enjoy doing, those things that make you feel good. That means that, you know, maybe no one else is around, but maybe you like walking in the park. Maybe you like painting. Maybe you like to write. It's really to tap into that inner self to really find out what's going on in there and how can I kind of bring that out and live that because it makes me feel good. That's the first thing. I think too many times people really get caught up in business. Oh, work is more important.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my family's more important. We're not saying they're not important aspects of life, but then there you are. What about you?
Yeah.
Who's looking out for you?
You know, well, what is that adage that says, you know, take time to smell the roses?
There you go.
You know, expound upon that some.
Yeah, and that it's kind of like it's really about the journey.
Yeah.
So you really have to find out, you know, appreciate all those things that you're going through in life, but find out who you really are, those things that you enjoy, and then apply them to your life and living.
You know, again, when you were here before, I kept saying, it's such a simple concept. It's such a simple concept. If you take care of yourself, then you are in a better position to take care of other people. Why is it that we don't get that?
Because, you know, we don't put enough value on ourselves. I tell you something really quickly. You know, people make decisions based on their level of self-esteem.
Okay. Give an example.
Well, if I have a low self-esteem, you know, so then I don't think I'm very important. I don't think I'm worth the raise. I don't think I'm worth the new outfit.
Wow.
I don't think I'm worth the guy or the girl. I don't think I'm worth it. And people make bad decisions based on their level of self-esteem. If you have low self-esteem, there you go, bad decisions. Same thing, I tell my youth the same thing as I tell the adults because it all works. It crosses over.
I love that. You know, I love that. That just makes so much sense. And you said youth, and let's talk about that for a minute, because you just finished a fabulous fundraiser in cooperation with the city of Charleston.
Yes.
And again, it's about building self-esteem in youth and the modeling coach aspect of it. Talk to us a little bit about what that program entails.
Well, with that particular program, I'm really excited because it's the first time that the city of Charleston has ever embraced modeling and acting as a form of recreation.
Ooh, you mean more so than basketball?
Well, you know,
or football
people tend to think that recreation is basketball and football and all those things, and there's nothing wrong with that. But recreation is also art and culture. Recreation is also modeling and acting. It's any of those things that you like to do that's on your downtime. Those things that you kind of tap into yourself and it's like, oh, I love to do this. I mean, those are really confidence building points. The event that I'm doing is, it's called it's through the city of Charleston, and it's actually called the Arthur Christopher Community Center Fashion Show Fundraiser.
Wow.
And it's where I actually have people come in, I teach them how to model, to do the runway and everything, and then we actually have a fashion show right after the event.
Talk to us about how that can boost self-esteem and confidence. And I know in the next segment you've got some models that you're going to go through a couple of things with us, but talk to us about how, you know, modeling and teaching how to walk the runway, how will that help a student's self-esteem?
Absolutely. You know, I tell you something, poise and posture goes a million.
Am I sitting up straight enough for you?
I tell my students, you know what, if you want to grow an inch, here's another tip. You want to grow an inch? Hold your stomach in. Look at that.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk the rest of the show, though.
you can let it go. But I mean, those are just one of the tips, because you'd be surprised at how many people walk around with their shoulders slumped over.
Yeah.
Poor poise and posture.
Yeah.
And that really makes a first impression. It can make a negative first impression. If I had come in with my shoulders hunched over, and you kind of wonder, how confident am I really? But once you have that poise and posture, you come across confidently, and it makes a great first impression.
Yeah.
So whether you're at school, whether you're going in for an interview, on a job, meeting someone for the first time, poise and posture and that first impression goes a long way. So when they're walking on that runway, I teach them poise and posture.
Yeah.
I teach them how to really have a good self-esteem, good feeling about themselves.
Yeah.
We do creative runway. We have volunteer makeup artists, hairstylists, photographers.
Wow.
They come out from all over to support this event.
That is wonderful. Now, how often does this event go on? I know, again, you just had a fundraiser. Is it something that you're having monthly meetings? Go ahead and plug it, girls, so we can get people involved.
All right. Well, it's backed by popular demand. The city of Charleston said, okay, the first one was nice, but we want to see it twice.
Oh, good.
We raised money. We had over 60 people show up to the first one, and we're looking to pack the house this time.
Okay.
It's going to be held on January 21st.
All right.
And it's going to be from 6 till 9 p.m., which is on a Saturday, from 6 until 9 p.m. But it's two portions. It's two parts. From 6 to 8 is the seminar. That's where I teach the girls and the guys how to walk the runway. We do makeup, we do hair, we do all of that. Then we actually have the fashion show, and that's $5 for friends and family to come out.
Okay.
So your donation is $5, and just we tell everybody, bring your friends and family, have them participate in the show, because the proceeds go to the Arthur Christopher Fund.
And really quickly, I bet, parents and caregivers of these kids, sitting out in the audience, see them, a child that might have gone in and not feeling good about themselves and slumped over, then all of a sudden, like, I didn't even realize that girl was 6 feet tall. Standing up straight now.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it makes a difference. It makes a difference.
Good. Okay, don't go anywhere, and neither should you. We'll be right back with Nina. She's got some models. She talks about personal development and coaching. We're going to talk about some style tips and things of that nature. So don't go anywhere. Port City will be right back. Welcome back to Port City. So glad that you could stay here. Of course, we are with Nina Nesbitt, and Nina actually has two of her fabulous and beautiful models here today. Now, these are models that are in the program at the Arthur Christian Center?
Yes, exactly. These are two models that I work with, and in terms of not just building the self-esteem, but also they both walk a mean runway.
Okay.
Because it's all about confidence, and I always tell my girls, every time they leave the door, leave out of their house, it's a fashion show.
Yeah.
So it's always on.
Okay. Now, one of the things we want to talk a little bit about is fashion on a budget. Now, our first model, she actually has on something that looks like she could wear to the office.
Yes. What makes fashion sort of still kind of chic but on a budget is that you're able to kind of interchange it with things that work.
Okay.
I always tell people, add color. Color makes a big difference.
Ooh.
So let's say, okay, she's going to work and she has on the simple black. She looks fabulous, right?
Yes, she does.
Well, she can just turn around.
Okay. And do the model turn.
Take off the black jacket.
Okay.
And let's say she's going someplace. Thank you. Let's say she's going someplace. You can turn around now. Let's say she's going someplace after work, and she just wants to add that little something, that extra little pop. I tell people all the time, you can never go wrong with a shawl.
Okay.
Even if it's wrinkly and it's in your pocketbook, it's always fabulous when you put it
That's
on.
right.
If you can face towards me just a little bit. Okay, let me go ahead and do this for her.
Okay.
So instantly, she's gone from work to class.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at the difference. Let's just look what the color does.
Yeah.
So she can go anywhere. She can go out to dinner. She can go out after work, and it's always appropriate. And then, of course, her hair is always an accessory.
Okay.
So if your hair is up when you go to work, put it down. Get a little personality, a little attitude.
Wow, look at that.
And with your favorite purse, I mean, you can't go wrong.
Now, this is fabulous. So just like in a split second, she went to work, she put in a full day's work, found out she had an office party afterwards, didn't have time to go home and change, and look at that.
Yeah, and it's really all about confidence.
Yeah.
It's about exuding that confidence. So you can walk into any place and she's ready. She's ready.
And she looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now you have our next model. Talk to us a little bit about her look and what we can do with that.
Yes, what's great is I think, teenagers nowadays, they're more savvy. They're more fashion savvy. And long gone are the days where you have to wear little flat shoes. Why not pop it in 2012?
Yeah.
Why not, you're a fabulous teenager. Why not look it?
Yeah, yeah. She does, yeah.
Really cute. You can do a little short jean jacket here with a nice little bubble skirt. It's a lot of personality, a lot of attitude. But again, hair is an accessory.
Okay.
So once you have that confidence to pull it all off, wherever you go, whatever you do, it looks good. Look at the difference.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, and again, these are ladies that are in your program.
Yes.
Talk to us about, number one, how do teenagers get involved in the program? Where can we go to get more information? And how is it that teenagers can get this level of confidence and poise, raising their self-esteem? They really are beautiful. I can tell you've done a wonderful job.
Thank you, thank you. Let's see, Arthur Christopher Center is where the event's going to be held on January 21st. That's from 6 until 9 p.m. It's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
If you'd like more information, I'm going to give my number. Is that okay?
Definitely, yeah,
so
definitely.
They can call
please
me.
Do. Please do.
The number is 843-761-0492. That's 843-761-0492.
And we'll make sure we put it up on the screen as well.
Or they can email me at coachconfidence@yahoo.com.
Okay.
Coachconfidence@yahoo.com. I work with kids from 7 years old all the way up to adults. I even have adults in this particular program. Again, it's a fundraiser. Lots of kids are latchkey kids.
Yeah.
And, lots of times their parents can't afford to have them go to daycare or some after-school program.
Yeah.
Well, with this particular fundraiser, we actually sponsor kids to be able to come to the rec center after school instead of just being home by themselves.
Exactly.
So they get to participate in programs.
Yeah. Keep them busy.
Keep them busy and off the street. So
Yeah.
it's a wonderful cause, and we ask people to come out and support the cause as well.
Now, talk to us a little bit about, I heard you say model stance, get with it, pivot, turn.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about some of the training that they actually get, and maybe you can let them demonstrate a couple of the steps or a couple of the things.
Sure. I'll actually have them both do it. One thing about a model is it's always about line.
Okay.
So you don't want to stand with your feet open. You don't want to stand with your... Okay, grow an inch. Let me see you guys grow an inch. Look at that. See?
You talk about like sucking in your stomach and you gain an inch, right?
Yes, because it aligns your spine.
Okay.
When we stand like this, our spine isn't aligned, but when we hold our stomach in, it's perfect. The diaphragm is flat, and it goes right up against that spine, and then your body, it just kind of takes on more height as a result. And then I always talk about model stance because a model is always ready. A model is always ready. So, you don't want to stand like this because guys with the legs open and the whole thing, you don't want to do that. But a young lady stands with poise and posture. So they've grown an inch, the stomach is in, the shoulders are back, the head is up, and they stand with 1 foot forward. So it's always a nice line. Okay. And then they do something called a pivot because when you turn, you don't want to turn ungracefully. You want to turn really nicely like a young lady. Okay. So let's go ahead, girls. Let's show them how to pivot.
Okay.
Step and turn.
I'm in Paris, not Somerville.
Okay, and then step and turn.
Wow.
But it's something as simple as that. You can imagine if they're out at dinner and someone says, oh, excuse me, they're not just going to shuffle over to the side. They're going to softly pivot
so you don't,
to the other side.
So you don't just do that on the runway.
No.
This is kind of like something you're supposed to use every day.
Let me tell you, girl, the people that participate in my program, they learn skills for life.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taught kids. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've taught kids, and I see them as adults now. And I go, grow an inch. They go, they still remember. They still remember. So these skills are skills that they actually keep and develop throughout their lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
And again, what about the older adults that are in your class? Talk to us a little bit about some of the things that they can actually gain through your coaching.
Yes. With adults, it's a little different approach. I work on the confidence, but I also work on the outside stuff because for a lot of adults, we go shopping, but we don't know what colors work for us.
Right.
We don't know what shapes work for us. Yeah. But when it comes to the inside, they need confidence too at their jobs. I mean, some people that I work with, they've been displaced. They've been out of work for a while. So what is that extra something that I need to go in and get that job? And that's where I work with them on that too, making a great first impression, poise and posture, meeting and greeting. That's a big deal. How to shake a hand properly.
Let's practice.
You want to practice? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, have you ever shaken anyone's hand like this? I'm just going to come right across them, okay?
Okay. Yeah,
you get that?
I just barely want to touch you.
What does that say to you?
Ooh, you must not want to touch me, or, I don't feel like I'm worthy enough for you to, fully embrace me.
I'm not giving you my attention or my time. You're not important, right?
Yeah.
But there's something called web to web. Girls, show them what web to web is. See that little squishy part in the middle? Okay? When you shake someone's hand, you go all the way up to the web. You girls shake each other's hand.
Web to
web.
Wow!
To web. I'm confident. I want to meet you. Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And then you have the eye contact as well. So I tell you, I have
Awesome.
some of my participants, they teach their children that, and they know how to do it. Once you learn how to shake someone's hand, you're ready for networking, you're ready for business. People think that you're serious about who you are.
And you know what? You're ready for 2012, and we hope
yes.
that, this segment has helped you all to get ready. Thank you, Nina.
Thank
and
you
models.
so
You all
much.
are beautiful, fabulous job. Make sure you check out our website. We'll have all the information about the event that's coming up. Stay tuned. We've got more Port City coming right back.